All right, guys, you should stop buying Pokemon cards. Except not really. But I just wanted to add some nuance into that discussion, I guess, because there's a lot of new people in the hobby, and there's a lot of talk about money and all this stuff, and there's a lot of of other people saying it's a bubble, and there's just a lot of finance talk going on. Like, there's a lot of people who are like, "Oh, I can buy this one card. I can buy this Venusaur and be really rich off of it. Like, I can just buy it and chill on it. It's gonna go up." And so we just wanted to discuss that really quick because I don't really think it's super gonna be like that forever, you know what I mean? And like, you can ball out on Pokemon, like, even before all this crazy prices and stuff. Like, I remember I would like sift through bulk forever and just sift through all the, like, get all the good cards and then like sell off the bulk. And it's like, you can make moves like that. There's always moves you can make within Pokemon, but it's just like everyone has this impression right now that it's like, oh, I'm gonna buy one card, or I'm gonna buy these cards and I'm gonna ball out. And so it's just a discussion that I wanted to get into. So let's talk about it real quick. I want to talk about the spike. Oh my. Okay, there we go. There's the graph still. But so I want to talk about the spike. So we are looking at Shadowless Charizard right here. Not first edition. It's Shadowless. It just shows that picture for some reason. But so this is Shadowless Charizard. We will go over PSA 9s because there's way more of them. And so let's run it. So you can see this chart right here. And what do we got? Since 2016, the prices have been over here. It won't even like show me just the 9s. How do I do that? Anyways, the prices are like $500, and then you see them slowly going up, and then they go up to like the thousands, like 1,500. We got like 2,000, and then they stay steady around 15. They even dip. It has like a little mini spike here, and then it goes back to like 15. Yeah, there's some like in like the couple Ks, like 2K.
Wait, I have an idea.
What? Oh, get rid of all those. You're the GOAT.
I'm a genius. Pay me.
I know. Here you
Bro.
go. There you go, my dude. But so yo, you're the GOAT though, honestly. So we'll get rid of the 10s, and so please just show me the normal graph. I like how it. Whatever. Anyway, so we go through here. It like kind of goes up a little bit and then goes back to normal. And it's just a pretty continuous thing. It's even in like a semi like downhill turn here, because they were going like for like couple thousand to like 15, and then they start going down to the thousands. And then so this is us. Let's see. So this is last year, and they started ramping up around the time of the virus goes up. And then where are we now? Pretty much like 2 months ago, it just starts ramping up like crazy, and then bam, here we are. We're at like $25,000.
Oh my god.
Someone bought one for $25,000. Someone bought one for $15,000. So you can see why there is cause for concern here, because literally this card was going for like $1,200, $1,300 last year.
Imagine buying 10 of them last year.
And then guess where they're at now? They're at like 15. So I just wanted to talk about that really quick. Like, life ain't like that.
Yeah, that's
like, it's happening.
Scuffed.
Like, you can run it up now if you were in that opportunity, but if homies are doing this right here now, like, what are the you really think that card is gonna keep this upward trend? Like, it do not be like that. That's just people talk about bubbles, and I do think we could possibly be in a bubble. I don't know. We'll see. No one really knows, but it's like, I'm just putting it out for you guys because I want you guys to make the best decisions. So I just want you to keep all this in mind, pretty much. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at with this video, is like, this is the situation. And I want to talk about basketball cards too, because I think it like really highlights what I'm trying to say. And it's the same thing. So this card, super steady, super stable. You know what I mean? I was like, I felt it, and I was like, I have to say it, otherwise it's gonna make me feel awkward. But so anyways, back at it. So this card's super stable. It's like literally $20. Also, this is the guy who made this chart: baseball card collector and investor dealer. He says all in that order. That's his catchphrase. But anyways, he's the GOAT. Thank you for making this chart. So I'm comparing it to sports cards because sports cards did the same thing. And so here we are. This card's super steady, really steady. It has like a slight continuing uptrend, and it's almost like going down in a way. And then January 20 hits. Look at this. Over like 3 months. And this is from 2010. This starts at 2010 all the way. And then you see this. This is literally in the span of 2020. And so you can just see it. It's just crazy. I don't think it's as crazy as the Charizard spike. I mean, actually it is. But we don't have extra data. But that just doesn't make any sense. And then this is where basketball is now. It's just in a steady decline. And so no one knows where the Pokemon cards will go, but something like this has to happen. And it's like, it might not be a bubble, because a bubble would mean bam, and then it goes all the way back down, and it crashes even below that. But it's probably going to be more of like a market correction, IMO. And so you guys just got to keep that in mind. But you don't know how high it'll go up and how high it'll go down. But sooner or later, it has to go down. It just has too much momentum. And there's too many crazy things going on that all add up to that momentum. And the homie, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, also made a chart. He has reasons for the rise of it, and a lot of it makes a lot of sense. And it applies to Pokemon too, like low interest rates, unpredictable stock market. People are just trying to find other things to invest in. It's a very business bro thing, you know what I mean? And then there's the fear from blank thing, because I don't want to get demonetized just in case. Stimulus checks, a lot of money coming in, a lot of people entering the hobby. There's all these crazy things. Influencers, snowball effect. Like, one person is like, oh, I made this much off Pokemon cards. Then another person is like, oh, I can do that too. And it just creates this like cyclical cycle of like things going up and up and up, because it's almost like a lot of confirmation bias, and people just keep putting money into it. And then also people being stuck at home. There's a lot of crazy stuff. Like 2020 is wild, and so
I didn't notice that there were that many like options or things that caused the rise.
there's a lot. It all adds
It's
up.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
And then for us, for Pokemon specifically, there's like Champions Path. There's like all the Charizard releases coming out.
Yeah.
And then Logan Paul specifically,
Logan Paul.
the rise of hypers and influencers. That one's wild. And then I also think sports cards played a big role, because people saw sports cards going up and they're like, oh, I can follow that with Pokemon too.
Yeah.
And so there's just a lot of crazy stuff going on that like led it to be so ridiculously high, and it could still climb more. I'm not saying it won't. It's just like, I want you guys to just think about your decisions. And so that's pretty much it. Because when you think, I know a lot of people are really, really new, so they don't have the context of where prices were before. Like Pokemon stuff, honestly, like even Hidden Fates, like last year when it was super hyped, you could still find it pretty chillin'. Like it wasn't that hard to find. Now it's like a whole like endeavor.
It's
like
mostly because like people didn't know that much about Hidden Fates. It was only people that were like mostly in the hobby, but now like so many people are in the hobby now that like a lot of people know.
Yeah, and it's like with Hidden Fates, you can make quick money. Like all the Champions Path, you can just quick flip it, and there's all that going on. And with the vintage cards too, the prices are just crazy. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. It's because I mean, like last year, even the beginning of the year, I could buy full binders for like $100, chilling, easy $100, and it had crazy cards in it. And it's like now people are overpricing their cards to like be like worth thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? And so I just want you guys to keep that in mind. And it's like, even like if we go back to here with the Charizard price, it's like, I don't know, 7,000 here, like a couple months ago, and 3,000. So it's like 1,000 at the beginning of the year. It's 2,000 at the beginning of the year, and now it's 15, 20,000. And so people come into the game being like, oh, this is the norm for Pokemon cards, but it's not. And so I just want you guys to keep that in mind. Like, I want you guys to just do your research. I am very big on just, you guys got to do your research. Like, you can't just mindlessly buy things and be like, oh, it's gonna go up. You have to buy things that are good deals, because for me personally right now, I'm only buying things, I haven't been buying as much, but I only buy stuff where I consider it a good deal. And when I say good deal, I don't mean a good deal in terms of the current market. I mean a good deal in the terms of like the past market, like 6 months ago from my perspective. And so I guess an example is, let me think, what have I been buying recently? I haven't really bought that much recently. I bought this Clefable today. I got this Clefable for like $20, And I got this electrode. This is a no symbol, by the way. This was like $15.
That was like 12.
Yeah, it was like $12. And then so we'll go to eBay and I can't go to ebay.com on eBay. And we'll go to
Look up the card you're looking for.
electrode, no symbol. And then I mean that one's like an 8. We'll consider like an 8 or whatever. But people are buying them for like $50. So it's like, to me, $12 right now is like a crazy deal. Like that was honestly the norm forever ago, which is wild. And so I'm just thinking of worst case scenarios in which the market resets itself to where it was before, or even worse. And so you just got to buy cards you just got to buy cards that are not following market price. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? Because that's the safest way to play it. And then I got the Zeracos Clefable. How much is that going for? I don't know. Oh, someone got one for 20. Oh, yeah, someone got for 25.
It's also LP.
Yeah, mine's pretty minty. Oh, this one's hecked up. So.
Wow, that's a cap on the LP.
I know, that ain't LP. So this one's 60. So I got it for like 20, 43. So, I mean, 20 isn't the best price, but it's still pretty good compared to the current market. So just know the market now and just consider that the market now is not sustainable. That's just my opinion, and make moves based on that.
Yeah, like, you can buy cards for full price if you want to, but you just have to be ready for, like, if it declines.
Mm-hmm. And this is where nuance comes in, because a lot of people just buy cards off eBay or buy them randomly, but you always have to research things and check prices and just know the context of everything, and like learn how to cop things, like, because people do price cards like way cheap sometimes. You just got to find your hustle and find your grind and find your way to get cards for like way cheaper prices, you know? Like sometimes someone will just be like, I need to get rid of this binder for a couple hundred. That's not the scenario anymore. Or like a certain card shop like will just price things differently and you get a deal out of it. So it's just being able to know the market and then the current worth of like certain cards, and just being able to like grind it out and find those deals. Like I have not been buying unless I think it's a really, really good deal. And so that's my first thing when I'm talking about buying Pokemon cards. And then the other thing too is about grading and spending. Just also don't spend money you don't have. Like this isn't, I know this one's video feels kind of disjointed, I guess, but it's like, don't spend money you don't have, because I think a lot of people are under this mindset of like, I can buy whatever I want and it'll go up and it'll make me money. And it's like, maybe
don't go in debt for Pokemon.
Yeah, don't do it. It's not guaranteed. None of this is guaranteed. All this is random, and all this is to chance. And so I guess one example that I have is like, well, my example is like everything I buy. Like everything I buy is just excess money. Like I've created like a circuit loop of Pokemon cards so I can like sell some and then buy some more. But it's like, it's just excess money that I have. Like I can still pay for rent and pay for the things I need to if all this becomes worth 0. Like everything that I'm buying is just like excess funds if it goes up, is basically what I'm trying to say. Like in my mind, when I buy something, I'm okay with it going to 0. Like, yeah, it sucks if it does, but that's just the reality of the situation. And so that's the mindset I kind of want to instill, is just play it safe. And then, so people are like, what's worth it? Should I buy this? And it's like, if you're kind of buying it for the money, I don't necessarily know if that's like the best move in this market, you know? If you were going to buy to make money, you should have bought, like if you're buying like solely, like if you're buying at market value is what I'm trying to say. Not if you're getting a crazy good deal, but if you're buying, because it's obvious to know if you get a crazy good deal right now. Because it's like if you get this card, I got this card for $12. I can sell it right now for probably 50 on eBay. Good deal, you know? But if you're buying to be like, oh, should I buy this card? Like buy this card for $50 and it'll go up. That's, nobody knows.
That's where the gamble is in buying market.
And it's risky right now. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. So you can run it if you want to run it that way. And if you want to run it that way, then you also got to just be smart about that in its own way. Like I have bought some other things at market, but they're also good deals. So I don't know if that's counterintuitive or like contradictory to what I'm trying to tell you, but I bought this at market. I bought this for $50, but I considered this a good deal because it's a vending series, and vending series is dope. Kind of slept on, in my opinion. Like find things that are slept on. And then it's also a 10. And I was watching SM Pratt. Also, SM Pratt is good too. Like, about the bubble thing. Because we don't want to say it's a bubble. But he's the GOAT. You should watch his videos. But he talks about you just got to wait and see. You don't know how things are going to change. You know what I mean? And so right now it's just going up. So we'll see where it goes. But you just got to be prepared and be able to adapt and figure it out as things change. Like, if the market crashes, do not put your whole life into it before that happens, you know? And so anyways, back to this horsey thing. I got it for $50. It's a vending series. They're really rare. They're not super rare, but in a 10, I think they're pretty rare. I have the pop report. There's only like 33 10s in these. And these are from 1999. And so then I looked at the sheets too, and the sheets are like $50. And I was watching SM Pratt talk about it, and he was talking about how hard it is to get 10s in these now because the backs are exposed. So how these cards work is you peel them from a vending machine, like sheet, and you peel them. And so the backs are exposed, so it's easy to get scratches and damage on them. And so I was just keeping that in mind. And then $50 for a PSA 10 is pretty chillin' for like a 1999 card.
Slept on.
So that's just my opinion. So it's just like stuff like that. And once again, I bought it with the intent of, if it goes to zero, I really don't care. You know what I mean? You just have to not care. You have to not be reliant on this market and Pokemon going up. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
But so yeah, so that's my mindset. And then in terms of like, what should I grade? It's like, you should consider how much you paid and think about it like that. That's how I think about it, and how much you're going to pay. And so one example I have is this. I have these. Like, okay, these have gone up like crazy. The Evolutions one sucks, but anyways, these have gone up like crazy. They're just base unlimited, like starters and Pikachu, you know. And so like, I'm pretty sure like a 9 for this is going for like a couple hundred.
I think.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if it went up to like 300 if we're being real. You know what I mean? Charmander base minus first minus shadowless. Let's see. For raw, people want 15. I bet it's messed up too. Oh, look at that. That's ugly. Yeah, the prices have gone crazy on these. And there were a lot of these. These are like in everybody's binder. You know what I mean? And so let's see how much a PSA one is going for. Oh, someone got a heavily played one for $5.
That's awesome.
That's great. I'm
proud of them.
This is base set. Someone bought a base set 2 for $75. That's PSA 10. Or is it 9? It says 9 in the ad. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked. Let me find what we're actually looking for. Someone bought a PSA 9 for $217 on bid, which is ridiculous. These are so common. Like, so many. Think about the big fish who have like a bunch of shadowless first editions of these just sitting. So then think about how many people have unlimited ones sitting. But so this is where the risk factor comes in, and you just have to analyze your own risk. Like for me, I got these cards like, I don't even remember. I know most of these, I just had them. So I'm like, it cost me $10 to get it graded. It gets a 9, it gets a 10, it gets an 8. It's whatever. I really don't care what the grade is. It cost me $10 to just get it in a slab. And even then, it's like with the market now, okay, so a 9 is $200. If I get it back and the market's still the same, then I ball out. And if I get it back and the market sucks and they're worth like $30, then I'm like, okay, cool. I'll make like $20. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. And honestly, if I get them back and no one even buys these, I don't take a financial L. Like, I take a financial L, but it doesn't put me in a desperate situation. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
Put some stuff. Say something.
Invest.
Invest. But so, yeah. That's pretty much the gist of what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I mean, there's other things we can talk about, like diversify your portfolio. And it's just, don't put all your money into certain types of Pokemon cards, like only one. And just because, look at my PSA submission. It's literally so many different types of cards. Like, I got Modern's kind of sucks, but anyways, I got some EXs. I got some Japanese. I got some EX cards. And then I have like first edition. And then I'm sending in some like random like reverse holos, like with the stamps, because I think they're sick. We got more Japanese, some first edition jungle. I got some Southern Islands. And then I have like the unlimited card. Like I have all these random unlimiteds. It's just like for investing in Pokemon, putting money into Pokemon, it really has to be money you can lose. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. I just want you guys to be aware of the situation. I'm sorry if this video felt disjointed, but it's just like, just be aware when you're buying things. I just feel like we're in a weird place right now, and a lot of people are just buying for the wrong reasons. So just think about why you buy, and
if it's a good buy.
Yeah, why, if it's a good buy, and if you can take the financial responsibility.
If you can take the financial die. Yeah.
Because you might, honestly, buying Pokemon cards might be financial suicide, gamers. I mean, if you do it right, it's fine. But if you don't know what you're doing, then bruh, it's a bruh moment. So
just make sure you do your research to make sure
yes,
you're not dying.
Yes.
Because literally, if I bought like, let's say like this Pikachu flops, and I was like, I'm gonna buy 100 of them for a lot. Then I would just I could take the biggest L in the world.
Yeah, back to diversifying. It's like, okay, let's say this cost $100. Just an example. You have 1,000 to spend, and you buy 10 of these to make your 1,000, and they all flop. Guess what? You're screwed, and life is over.
Yeah, you lost that K.
But at least if you do your research and you buy this card, and it's $100 market, but if you do your research and you get it for $25, and you
don't die.
Yeah, it's chilling. But also, you have to add that along with doing this. Like, this card costs 1,000, this card costs 1,000, this card costs 1,000. And you get $1,000 worth. You get 10 cards worth $1,000 from different sets.
Then you have better odds.
Then not everything will flop. But, I mean, Pokemon might flop. You have to consider that literally all of it might flop. And so I just want you guys to keep that in mind.
Don't spend your rent. Yeah.
Please don't do that, guys. That's all I'm trying to say right now. And I guess one example really quick is me and Van. I bought one LeBron. Back to basketball. I bought a LeBron and I got it for $40 and it was a steal because guess what? Back then, a PSA 10, $800. So it was like
mine for 10.
Yeah, Van got his for 10, so he played the game right.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
But no, I got mine for 40 and I got it graded for $10. It's still not back yet. And guess where it's at now? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, gamers. $100, which I mean, it still isn't an L if I get a 10, but if I get a 9,
if you get a 9, you practically make like $5.
I kind of even out, which is fine. So that goes to show that even with the market crash, still chilling because I bought it at a good price
for the market.
Keep that in mind, please, guys. That's all I have to say. Because also too, with these like starters, guess what? I'm probably not gonna be the only one doing this. There's gonna be a million people who are like, oh wow, people are buying from 200. I literally have a million of these. I'm gonna send them all in, and the market's gonna be flooded. Like, the market's gonna get flooded. So get cards, because I used to be like, oh, you should buy a bunch of Pokemon cards. I was really big on that like a month ago because it was like, bro, I could get binders that were full of stuff for $100. It's not like that anymore. Unless you can find that crazy good deal, the situations just aren't like that, and so you just gotta run it the way you can right now. And the way you can right now is just being very conservative. That's just my opinion. And so that's that. This mainly applies to Vintage. Modern is alright. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about Modern.
It's whatever. You can buy Vivid Voltage, build in battles, and try to get Charizard, and just flip that.
Is it Charizard and Vivid?
It's a pre-release. That's why they're going crazy right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people get bummed when you're like, bro, don't invest in Modern. So we won't have that discussion today.
Alright, guys, I'm in financial debt because of this card.
Celica GX. If you guys haven't met Celica yet, she is the GOAT. She will be on the channel sooner or later. We will give her own segment, Celica's Chats.
Yeah, but I'm in financial debt now, so.
Yeah, Van bought this card. How much did you spend on this card?
$20K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Celica market kind of dipped after she started biting a lot more, so.
Yeah, so I'm in a financial crisis.
Yeah, so Celica GX, not really worth it. Also, you didn't buy the most mint card. There's a lot of whitening here.
Like and subscribe.
Alright, like and subscribe.